So you know, a lot of times on the internet, when we're having weight loss surgery, that's WS, that's right, weight loss surgery. We talk about the weight loss surgery journey, is that true? You know, I'm doing this for me! I'm taking back my health! Look at me go! Lost 100 pounds! Eat my dust! Problem is, we very seldomly talk about what got us there. So I want to talk about your obesity journey real quick, because I think it's important counter to your weight loss journey. Is that true? You got to know, like, how did I get here? How did I get to this point? Does that make sense? And the first thing you need to do is understand this. We all have stories. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, we all have stories. I've got an Asian immigrant story. I got a refugee camp story. I got a Asian growing up in East Texas with a bunch of shit kicker stories. Right? I got lots of stories, man. I got racism stories. I got all sorts of stuff. And we all have stories. Abuse stories, broken home stories, bankruptcy stories. Is that true? But at the end of the day, they're all stories, right? So what I want to talk about is, I don't know why I wrote that in red. A book called A Course in Miracles. Anyone ever heard of that? If you want to tax your brain for a weekend, you can go to Barnes & Noble, get A Course in Miracles. It's usually on sale for like $6-7. It's a real thick book. It looks like a Bible. It's some pretty deep reading. It's a little bit hard to follow. So in the Course in Miracles, they say that everything in life, there's only 2 emotions in life. We think that there are so many emotions, right? I've got happiness and joy. I've got anger, passion, excitement, jealousy, hatred, right? We think there's so many emotions. A Course in Miracles says no, there's only 2 emotions. There's only 2. One is love. One is love. And the other one is the opposite of love, which is what?
Fear.
It's not hate.
Fear.
We think that the opposite of love is hate, but it's not. Course in Miracles
Suffering.
says the opposite of love is fear. Okay? It's fear. And if you think about it, it's true. Hatred, you only hate things you fear. You don't understand. You don't know the other person. Right? And all of its counterparts. So if you think about it, there's a little cousin to fear called anxiety. You're worried about the future. You don't know what's happening. You're afraid of the future. That's depression. I can't, my life, I'm wasting my life. That's fear. All of this. Hatred. Jealousy. Jealousy is fear. Y'all get that, right? He's going to leave me. He's going to leave me. You're afraid someone's going to leave you. So it all boils down. And the same thing for love. Bliss, happiness, excitement, joy. It's all a form of love. Is that true? So now we only have 2 emotions, love or fear. And I had a realization when I was thinking about this this weekend after. So you guys know I'm doing good on Facebook. You know how I'm doing good? I have some haters now. I'm getting a few haters, and I like that. It's okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. But I realized that, and I read all their comments, and I read all their posts, and all this sort of stuff. And I came this close to responding, but I know I shouldn't respond because it just feeds into it. It adds to the drama. And remember, I told you, you're never gonna convince someone that they're wrong, because no one likes to be told they're wrong. So it doesn't matter how justified and great my argument is, they will deny that I'm right. So it doesn't matter, you just don't want to argue.
Don't feed the trolls.
That's right. So it turns out, it's fear. It's all fear-based. All the haters that I have is fear-based. And so then I thought to myself, you know what? I think that obesity is a disease of fear. Is that true?
Yes.
Is that true, or did I just make that shit up?
True.
It's both. It's both. But it rings true to y'all, right? Every diet, you're afraid you're going to regain the weight. You're afraid you're going to fail. You're afraid you're going to go back. You're afraid of dying. You're afraid of dying too soon. You're afraid of a stroke. You're afraid that you can't walk far enough. You're afraid that someone's going to laugh at you. You've been on this bathing suit. You're afraid that if you stand up and speak your opinion at the meeting, they're going to stare at you and say that you don't know what you're talking about. You're afraid that your abusive husband's going to come back, or they're going to take your kids away, or all sorts of stuff. Why? Because we all have these stories, and these stories inside our brains go crazy. Does that make sense? And our tendency is to drive it through to fear. And I think ultimately, the antidote to fear has to be what? Right? So the cure for obesity has to be what? I mean, this sounds kind of frou-frou and new age, but I think it's the right answer, right? Your journey, I'm going to tell you that this is your journey. You've got to take your obesity from a place of fear. Self-doubt is a fear. I might fail this surgery. Insecurity is a fear-based emotion, and you have to transform it to a place of love, position of love. I love my sleeve family. I love my skinny Asian. I love my baby sleeve. And here's the important thing: it's a journey of loving yourself. Is that not true? And I know this for a fact. We are so easily seduced by all the fear that's in our world. We are so easily seduced by that and want to give in and believe that that's what's going to happen. And what we ignore is this. We have an immense, I like this phrasing here, by the way, capacity to love that we have completely ignored. It's an immense capacity to love, to give, to help others in need, to do as much as we can do, to help people in suffering. And we, for some reason, in our society, have ignored that and given into our fear-based small concerns and ignored our huge capacity to love and to change the world and to take care of our family and live an awesome life full of goals and dreams and wonderment. Does that make sense? And this should be your focus. And we say that a lot in our group. You know, what am I posting? What am I saying? Are my words fear-based, or are they coming from love and concern and joy and happiness? Am I happy for others? Am I happy for myself? And that's the exploration I'd like y'all to try, is this. Explore this. What are you capable of? How much can you do? How much further can you go? Does that make sense? Develop that skill to love immensely. Y'all have a good group this week?
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
Hi, Dr. Vuong here. If you loved that video, I hope you will check out velocity2020.com. I want to meet you in person. This is my big annual conference in Vegas. It's amazing. It's not just about weight loss surgery, but it's about taking your life up to the next level. You're going to meet the best people, the best speakers, the best audience possible. You're going to really take your life up to the next level. 2020 is all about vision, clarity, and focus. We're going to show you how to find your vision, what you really want to do with your life, get crystal clear, clarity, and then find your laser focus to do what you need to do to have the amazing life that you deserve. Hope to see you there.